Um, what's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with a slight hangout before BGST. I know my man Porter Rock 77 is having a little podcast. He want me to join on. Just give me 20 minutes, Porter Rock, and I'll be there. I totally forgot. I'm running a little behind on time. Hold on. Actually, let me go to the actual video itself. Hold on one second. I'm coming, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, there have been some rumors that have come about. Just give me a few minutes before we get started. A few rumors. I see Crap. Shout out to my boy Crap, the albino Rano. Did a video. He said that he heard from a pretty reliable source that the Xbox One will indeed be more powerful than 6 teraflops. Now, and again, he said 8, and I didn't mean specifically. Like I said, I've told you guys, more or less. I won't say the person I've gotten my information. Actually, I haven't spoken to him in a minute. Hope all is well. But that I would say this. Crab said that he, and like I said again, I don't think Crab has any reason to lie. And like I said, we all hear things all the time. All the time, you know what I mean? So a lot of times on Twitter, in my inbox, from certain people, not going to say anything. I get inboxed a lot of things on Twitter, or certain people told me to follow them, and they do, and they give me some time information. Like I told you guys, that the Xbox One, not the S, the original, like the fat Xbox One was dropping down to $279. Around E3, they didn't announce it at E3, but I think maybe like that Monday was down to $279, and the release date for Titanfall 2. I think I told you guys October 18th, 10th, or 20th. I forgot whatever date. But anyway, in that video there, you know what I mean? Like I said, that was some information also that was given to me. And I did the video on a Thursday, and I believe the information came out on a Monday. And I remember me doing the video, actually 2 websites reached out to me and asking me, where did I get my info from? And I said, hey, man, a guy never believes his sources. Now, here's again, I've never claimed to be an industry insider. That's not my thing. I'm not one running around claiming to be an industry insider. I don't care about that. I've always told you guys, I'm not one to hero or idol worship. Like, you know what I mean? I respect everyone, whether it's Phil, Yoshida, or I Watch Is Dead, whoever. I just never looked at those guys as celebrities. I know some people do, but gaming is a hobby of mine, not my life. It's probably my favorite hobby. I like that, and also I like besides grandmothers with fat asses, I like motor control cars that take gas. That's another hobby of mine. I was thinking about doing a channel that. Also, I'm a sneakerhead. I love to collect sneakers. I like gadgets. I like tech, television. I buy television every damn year. But outside of televisions, I'm always buying a gadget. That's just me. And that's Porter Rock hitting me up right now. And I'm gonna tell this joker, don't kill me. Hold on one second, ladies. But we don't get done. We're gonna discuss these rumors. This Porter Rock hitting me up right now. Yes, I am. Just give me like 25 minutes or so. I'm on the air. Now, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Starting until 8 p.m. Hold on, here I come. So, I'm sorry. Back to what I was saying. So anyway, as I was saying, so a lot of times I'm just speaking for myself. I am given, information. The Crap said he heard from a pretty reliable source that someone told him that that's not even, that's just common sense. When developers, period, these companies, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, when they give developers dev kits or whatever, they give them a ceiling to say, you can make your games and target this. Now we hear the rumors about the Nintendo NX, I think it came out from Eurogamers, from a developer, that the dev kits and the specs were around the Tegra 1 chips. So, that was the target. And now there's some people saying there's some reports that Nintendo may indeed go with the Tegra 2 chip. But, launch games, of course, don't fully maximize a console's power. We'll say that. Only exclusives, basically, that come from that said company, tend to look better. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know the full array what the console can do, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, whoever. And even though third party, the you know, are in the loop, the multi-plat people are in the loop, but it's still the Microsoft, Sony, and they still are kind of tight-lipped about the actual set specs of the consoles. Same thing. Look, well, in Titanfall, they was asking Sony what was going to be the specs of the PlayStation 4, and Sony was very tight-lipped about it. That's why, quote unquote, you know, there was been a lot of things said about Titanfall, but this came from the developer. One of the reasons why Titanfall 1 was not on the PlayStation 4, you know what I mean, and, you know, at first or whatever. It may have been a time exclusive, you know, maybe out a few months early on the Xbox One or a year early. Don't know, but that was one of the reasons it wasn't probably going to launch with the Xbox One version of Titanfall, because they wanted the specs of the Neo. Not the Neo, the PlayStation 4, and Sony was kind of coy or whatever with the specs with them. Maybe because that they wasn't that big of a developer. And I don't think they was even acquired by EA by then. But anyway, so the room has filled up. We can start talking. So anyway, like I said, Crap did a video. Shout out to him. That he heard that the Xbox One was indeed going to be about 8TFLOPS. Now, I didn't hear that. So, like I said, we're going to take all this with a grain of salt. And they said that, well, not again, but this is what I did heard, and I think we all almost heard the same thing, that the 6 was the minimum and actually more powerful than the 6. So here, they told developers, here, you have 6 to work with, you know, make your games or whatever you're going to do to 6. But they were going to leave themselves some leg room in case Sony, you know, pulls a fast one or whatever the case may be. But I want to be clear of this here. There are also a lot of rumors that Sony's were trying to up the specs a little bit more higher in the PlayStation 4 Neo, which I am cool with. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think there's going to be a big bump up. I don't think it's going to go from 4.2 to 5. But if it does, I hope so. Hear me out. If it does, I hope so. But what I want people to understand, again, what maybe Sony can probably do is overclock what they have. Something like what Microsoft did with the Xbox One when it came out, that the PlayStation 4 was going to be more powerful than the Xbox One. What Microsoft did was overclock the GPU and the CPU a little. You know what I mean? Not saying that it didn't. I mean, it did some, but not as much. But, you know what I mean? They did overclock the specs of the GPU and the CPU. Maybe Sony can do that. But even overclocking, that's not going to give you a teraflop in performance. What I want people to also take in consideration with Sony, and I'm going to come back to this whole Microsoft rumor, is that, and I say this again, and now, and this was explained to me by a developer, someone else, that what it takes, how should I say, in making a console, you know what I mean, you have 2 to 3 years of R&D. Now, these new consoles, we're just hearing about them. Some sooner than others. I started hearing about it maybe 5-6 months ago. But they're not knee-jerk responses. These things have been planned out years in advance. Some information came out later on that, upon, you know, the Xbox One, I'm sorry, the original Xbox came out in 2001. By 2002, they knew that the Xbox 360 will be on the market by 2005. You understand what I'm saying? So they already started work. So probably about 2014 or so, they say, hey, we're going to, you know, both probably Microsoft and Sony, you know, once the console comes out, they go right back to the drawing board. They don't sit around and sitting on their hands. You know what I mean? But anyway, you have but 2 or 3 years of R&D, and which is very important to make sure the console doesn't overheat. You know, of course, we all had the red ring of death with Microsoft. Now, listen here, and you know, and Microsoft, I won't say they paid dearly, but it did end up costing them. But they knew that the console was going to have overheat issues before the console launched. But before the console launched, but they wanted to get a jump on Sony, because, you know, the PlayStation 2 was a behemoth, and you know, and you got to realize too, to me, in my honest opinion, just me being a gamer, the Xbox, the original Xbox, was a much better console, much better technology. It was newer technology, hard drive, online, and it you know what I mean, it was a much better console. But what Sony had for them, it wasn't that Sony had the best exclusives. The multi-plats that we have now, I tell you this, guys, all the time. The multi-plats that we have now were exclusive back in the 6th generation onto the PlayStation 2. And if they did come to the Xbox or the GameCube or whatever, well, let's just say the Xbox, they came out 6 months to a year later. You understand what I'm saying? So when they did get Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it was already out for a year or so on the PlayStation 2. You understand what I'm saying? And or Grand Theft Auto, Vice City or whatever came out a year or so later. So I mean, that's one of the feathers that they, Sony had in their hat with the PlayStation 2. Had great third-party support and relations. And at the time, those games, whether the Devil May Cries, the Metal Gears, Grand Theft Auto, I can go on and on. All those games were exclusive to the PlayStation 2. You know what I mean? So again, that was one of the reasons why Sony dominated in the 6th generation. Moving forward, now, like I said, where we have is exclusives, that's up to, that's your opinion. You can like God of War, someone can like Gears of War. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? So but multiplats is something that we all share. You know what I mean? The multiplats, that's the butter, that's the bacon on the sandwich there. The multiplats was very important. I mean, don't get me wrong. The exclusives are very important too. It gives the consoles its identity, but it's the multiplats. Hear me out. The big AAA multiplats, whether it's the Duties, the Battlefields, the 2Ks, the Maddens, the Grand Theft Auto shit, the Minecrafts. You understand what I'm saying? That's the shit that brings in the big money. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, so to say that Sony is going to change their specs last moment, I don't think so. Unless, like, again, the dev kits, well, I'm sorry, I won't say the dev kits, unless what's the specs that Sony put out was just the ceiling, like Microsoft, here, this is what you have to work with, and the console can be actually slightly more powerful than that. That can happen. It happened with the launch of the PlayStation 4. Developers thought they had 4 gigs of GDDR5. Come to find out they had 8 gigs. You know what I mean? Which that could and well happen. You know what I mean? It won't be that Sony changed the specs at the last moment. It's just that we didn't know the full specs. Even developers, you know what I mean? They gave them a ceiling. This is what you have to work with. You know what I mean? And as the console comes out, dev kits, they become stronger, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the case. We're not going to know probably the full specs of Sony's console until September 7th. You know what I mean? Now, those specs that have been released or that came out have been verified by several developers. Those are the specs that are inside the dev kits, or this is what they have to work with. Now, going back to what Microsoft, them saying 6. Like I said, it's them, I guess, being a little coy. You guys have 6 to work with. When the actual console come out, it can indeed be more powerful than 6. This is something that I've been saying, or we all been talking about, from the beginning. The 6 is just on the GPU. It has nothing to do with the CPU performance. You add them together. You know what I mean? Not saying that you get teraflops of performance from your CPU, but you add the shit together, your GPU and the CPU. But the 6 is that what it's supposed to be on the GPU side of things. Now again, now Crap said he heard from a pretty reliable source. For Crap to come out and do a video about it, maybe this person that I didn't ask him, who actually I did ask him. He didn't hit me back. I said 8TFLOPS, and I watched this video. Crap's a rock star sometimes. He's probably in fucking tanning or something. So you know what I mean? It's probably, like I said, it may be true. Now again, I just speaking for me myself. You know what I mean? I get shit slid at me all the time from people claiming to work for this company, work for that company, and a lot of things I don't talk about. You know what I mean? A lot of things I don't say. Unless I know that it's concrete. Now, me giving my opinion on something and something me coming out and telling you something is 2 different things. You know what I mean? Me giving my opinion. Now, when I told you guys that these new consoles were coming out, now this was told to me by someone that I trust, someone that's been inside my home, someone that have been inside their home, someone that have been to their wedding, someone that our families that went on vacation together. The same person that told me about DirectX 12. You got to realize if you've been rocking out with me from day one, you know that I was the first person on YouTube, not the Boogies, not the Angry Joes. Here, this low ass channel of mine said that DirectX 12 was coming to the Xbox One. Now, I said this in December of 2013. Microsoft didn't announce it until GDC 2014. So you imagine all the shit people talked about me. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I'm a fanboy, bunch of bullshit. And not saying that don't get me wrong, it's just an API at the end of the day, DirectX 12. And it's crazy as hell. You didn't hear some of the craziest arguments in this console war, this generation. No, I've been gaming since forever. since the days in the NES and the Sega Master System, I've never heard anyone, how you say, brag about an API. But this is, you know, the internet now, and it is what it is. You know, fanboys, whether it's Microsoft side or the Sony side, we gotta have the one up. Now, going for, like you said, Microsoft, they, one of their feathers, one of their strong suits, they're a software company, they dev kits and all that shit. You know, they've always been top notch. Even Atari, the founder of Atari said that one of the strong suits for Microsoft are their dev kits in their software. Now with the Xbox One, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm not saying I know what the hell happened. The goddamn console wasn't meant to come out until 2015 with Windows 10. I mean, that's evident now. You know what I mean? The console was not supposed to come out until 2015. The kits were very mature. People were having a problem with the ESRAM. And actually what ended up happening early on, that DirectX 11 was kind of a hindrance to the Xbox One because it was built with DirectX 12 in mind. Now, this is not no fanboy shit talking. This is just the truth. And also, too, you know, what's also been told to me about developers, you know what I mean, DirectX 11 and the old way that they used to make the games was kind of a hindrance to the Xbox One, you know what I mean? That's we had a lot of games that were 720p, and that kind of, how you say, there was a thorn in Microsoft's side, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't that the console wasn't capable enough of running games at a higher resolution. It just took more work for developers to achieve a higher resolution. That's why a lot of the big games was such as Grand Theft Auto. Diablo was another game I know for sure, but Grand Theft Auto, that, you know, Microsoft actually sent people to, you know, these companies, these studios, to help them with the hardware to achieve 1080p. That's why a lot of the bigger multi-plats, they are the same resolution on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? Sometimes Microsoft went with a dynamic resolution. Because overall the game performed. Like you take what was that, Call of Duty, not the one, I think Advanced Warfighter was the name of. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. Microsoft went with a dynamic resolution, and it had a locked 60 frames. Where Sony was, hey, you know, gun ho and getting 1080p, but the goddamn game was dropping down to 20 frames. You know what I mean? It performed horribly. Then the next one came out. Sony also decided to go with the dynamic resolution. But like I said, this generation has been a lot about, you know, resolution, frames per second, and, you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, to me, and I'm just not even me being more of an Xbox guy, I've always said this, you know, that I think is very silly for console gamers to be arguing over resolution and frames per second. But it is what it is. Whereas last generation, we didn't talk about it whatsoever. You know, we can, like I said, we can go back and forth about who got the better games, or, you know, but, you know, resolution. But again, so that's been the line that's been drawn in the sand. So that resolution argument, I guess, it's not going anywhere. So I guess this was a learning situation for Microsoft, because what was good for last generation wasn't good for this generation. You know what I mean? So Microsoft, let's be honest, they gimped out on the hardware. They decided, to include a peripheral and sacrifice the specs of the console. Now, will they ever do that again? I hope not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, because I guess they didn't think it was that what you call it. You have, you have specs on paper, then you have real world performance. You know what I mean? Now, I have both consoles. You know what I mean? I have both consoles. And like I said before, but if games looked in 40 to 50% better on my PlayStation 4, I'm a consumer first. I will buy the multi-platform on my PlayStation 4. I'm just being honest. Maybe I'm not as anal. I mean, I have a great television, first of all, a high-end Sony 4K television. So, games look great. It's like you take a game like Star Wars Battlefront, which is only 720p on the Xbox One, but the shit to me looks amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest. Graphically, to me, the goddamn game looks amazing. Everyone upscale. So, you know what I mean? Even though the game is 900p on the PlayStation 4, no one has a 900p television. You understand what where I'm going with this? No one has a 900p television. So everyone, everything's upscale at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, Microsoft does have a great scaler in their console, the HANA 2.0. But again, enough for that. So going back to the initial rumor of 8 teraflops. Now, again, I was told by a person, that can be just a I hate to say a placeholder, and that they can actually the specs can actually be a little higher. You know what I mean? Because the system hasn't yet to go into production. So, Microsoft can still tweak things and add things, as they go. This console is still a year away. You know what I mean? So it can actually be more powerful than the actual 6. Now, Crap said someone from a very reliable source told him 8 teraflops. Now, again, I don't think Crap would just come out and make something like that up for some clicks. You know what I mean? Bad enough, we're already under enough scrutiny. And not that I give a fuck about what someone says about me over the internet. I don't know them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take that back. Some things can kind of pull at your heartstrings. You know what I mean? When they more or less cross the line. But someone making a video about me, calling me this, that, and the other. Like, the internet is here. You can unplug. You don't have to watch them. Like, I rarely really watch video unless they're funny. You know what I mean? I have a great sense of humor. You know what I mean? That videos that are made about me, like, I don't care. At the end of the day, normally I'm up here looking at some UFO shit. So he said he heard from a very reliable source that the console would indeed be 8 T-flops. Somebody else my water at. And, now what's that going to do for pricing? Me, personally, I don't think the Xbox Scorpio is going to be less than $600. I said 6. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know, now, people are saying, this is, I guess, from the PC crowd, that already when the Scorpio comes out, it's going to already be outdated in terms of teraflop performance. Not like I said, and again, yes and no. I will say this, and the times have changed, because what happened last generation was really unhealthy. That 8 and 9 year old console cycle, just us being in those static boxes for 8 and 9 years did much more harm than good, because then we got we could have got the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 theoretically, let's say in 2011, maybe. And like I said, when the consoles launched, they was already so far behind the curve. You know what I mean? They didn't use, they wouldn't use top of the line specs, and they both were sold at a profit from day one. You know what I mean? There was a slightly bump up in performance. It is what it is. You did have games that stood out graphically, like Uncharted, The Order 1886, Rise. You had games that stood out graphically, but it wasn't that old shit thing like us from going from the PS2 to the PS3 or from the Xbox to the 360. It wasn't that old like, to me, it wasn't that old shit. You know what I mean? And maybe, like I said, we're going to see like with the Neo, and a lot of it has to do with it. You got to realize in the 6th generation, we were going from 480i, 480p to 720p or 1080p or whatever. So that was us going from standard to high definition. So that was a big old shit to us. We wasn't used to seeing things and bright colors. That's gaming. I don't talking about people, just talking about consoles. You know what I mean? So that was a big, with 1080i. I remember the television that I had was one of those big screens with the big back, and my set had an RCA, I think it was, or a Pro Scan or something. All it did was 1080i. And I remember when Sony launched the PlayStation 3, and I had bought the HDD, the HDD drive, the HDD drive. I had another one on my desk. I bought 3 of them. It's crazy as hell. I bought 3 because they were on sale. I bought one for my uncle, who ended up buying the Toshiba one. His wife would put him a Toshiba HDD player. So he ended up giving me back to me to get to my son. Then I said, all right, fine. I had bought one for my son already, and his mother ended up buying one. So I ended up with fucking extra drive. I just picked this one up from my grandmother's house, so I only got one left. And I do have some HDD movies that are in storage, but that's neat. I'm going on a fucking tangent here. But anyway, so I remember Sony was talking about 1080p, and I bought my my 1080p. My Samsung was what the fuck was it? A DLP? There you go. I bought that in like January or so. I bought the console in November, and I remember that I was so let down by the PS3 because it didn't do 1080i. So it downgraded the signal to 480p or 480i. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit was crazy, man. It was like I was really let down. But anyway, as I was saying, now also in this video, I'm telling you that I'm getting another television. Okay, I'm working with a company behind the scenes. I don't want to say any names, but I may get a set to review. If that goes through, I have to change some things on my side. If it's not that big of a compromise, or I have to compromise the integrity of my channel, because it's not that big of a deal. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's cool, but if I can't talk the way I want to talk or be me, so mostly my core audience tune in for me to be me. It's not saying that I can't hold an intellectual conversation without cursing, but it's not even about that, you know what I mean? Which I don't understand, that's not the issue. But if I had to change the overall of my channel, it's not worth it for me, you know what I mean? So I was just getting biased. So this is what I'm working on. They're trying to critique some things behind the scenes with my channel that they want me to change, and they said they will get behind me and sponsor my, what you'll see their products in my video from whatever company I'm talking about. And so if that goes through, cool, fine. If not, don't worry about it. I'm going to get a set. And I told you guys, I've been really, really looking into it. Like normally I will go to the store, I buy whatever TV that I whatever TV I like, as far as the bezel. Now every year I buy television. Now I said that this year I'm not buying any more television. Next television I'm buying is going to be 8K or whatever the hell comes out. I'm not buying any more television. But here's the thing. I bought a television in November for my living room. I bought it, and if you don't know, I bought a new home. Me and my wife got a new home. So I bought a TV for the front room. I believe it was in November. But I have a 65-inch a Samsung in my living room, which does HDR and all the bells and whistles. In my gaming room, which you see in my videos, I don't have a lot of space here. So the set that I get would probably most likely be another 55. The TV behind me, I bought this set here in, I believe it's 2014, or right before I moved or whatever. When the fuck did I get this set here? Either 24 or 2015, and it didn't do HDR. You know what I mean? It didn't do HDR. What's crazy, it's newer than this set that I have upstairs, the Curve, which I got to update for that one, and now that one's HDR. But it's, me, I just like new stuff, and I'm gonna leave the set that I have in the front room. So because I have a casing for it and everything. So I'm gonna upgrade this one behind me. I'm gonna put this one most likely on my desk. Gonna use it as a monitor. I'm gonna start using my PC. I'm gonna use it as a monitor because I'm gonna have a fucking extra television. But anyway, I've been looking into these specs of these televisions, HDR. Like I said, if it wasn't a big deal for those of you that may have bought a 4K television in 2014 or even some 2015 models, like some Samsung 6000 series or 7000 series. Samsung high-end sets started at 8000 series and above. That's their high-end series. 6000 series and down, or more or less for the casual guy. You know what I mean? Some of those sets do have HDR. You know what I mean? But you get what you pay for. But I've been looking at one set in particular, was this Vizio. Now, shout out to my boy Dean, the tech guy. He's a part of the AV forums. Now, when you think of Vizio, you think of, I guess, it being cheap. You know what I mean? But it is a cheaper set TV. You know what I mean? Not because of technology-wise. It's American-made television. You know what I mean? I don't know if the factories are here in America why they're so cheap, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. So I've been looking, he the one told me about this P series. Like I would have never knew that with the Android, with the casting remote. And it's set here. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Let me go to the actual live screen. Let me know if you can see it. And I'm gonna show you the ratings. Because one guy, I guess you got fanboys for whatever you're into, you got fanboys for. This one guy was cursing me out and telling me that Vizio was for I'm not, was for the PC stands for high performance. Vizios are for welfare people, and motherfucker went off for me. You know what I mean? Like everybody know me, I ain't hurt for no money. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like this crazy as hell. Some of the shit you running. Where the fuck is my curse at? There we go. So I'm gonna show you the ratings here. You know what I mean? About this P series and high, well it ranked. Let me see here. Google Hangouts. Entire screen. Hold on, they got here Google Hangouts. Share. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Present to everyone. All right. Let me go here. All right. Let me know if you guys can see my screen in the comment section. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? I'm back. I'm looking at your comment section. Can you guys actually see my screen? Oh, he said yeah. All right, thank you. All right, let's go ahead to the ratings. All right, see some wild ass mirror. All right. It says here best high end 4K HD HU HD TVs. All right, you got the LG, of course, and the LG, the OLEDs are the top. Let me go back. That is the top of the line. And I think they did have an update because they, the LG's what HDR Dolby Vision. Now, of course, we know the Xbox One. We all know by now only supports HDR10. Now, I heard there was an update for it. But you can get a LG with I think it's about $3,000. Now, I mean, I'm looking to get about a 55 inch or so. You know what I mean? Then you have the KS. Here you have, but the LG, of course, got an 8.8. The Samsung KS8000 got an 8.3. And now the Vizio P-Series, I'm going to show you what was important to me and why I may go with the Vizio. You know what I mean? It's got an 8.3, got an 8.2 for movies, 8.2 for TV shows, 8.1 for sports, 8.7 for video games, which is very important to me. This set here it is to play video games, 8.1 for HDR, 8.3 for a PC monitor. But it doesn't really apply to me. Movies apply to me, sports apply to me, and video games. Okay, let's go here. Movies, I got an 8.7. I got an 8.2 on this one. So again, the Vizio ranked higher. TV shows, I don't really watch TV shows, okay? Sports, this one got a 7.7. Sports, that one got an 8.1. So the Samsung did rate higher than sports. Video games, again, which is important to me, it has an 8.7. HDR, it got an 8.2. The Samsung got an 8.1. Now, a PC monitor, again, this one rated higher. I'm not using the telephone as a PC monitor. Here, it got a 7.5, you know what I mean? Then they had the M-Series down and, the Sony X1C. But, like I said, this Vizio P-Series, now you can get a 50-inch. I don't know what size you guys have in your house, but you can get a 50-inch for, I think it's like $900. Now, the 55-inch, again, I think it's $1,200. And I think the 65-inch is like between $1,500 and $1,700. You know what I mean? And and this set here again, which is a plus, it does HDR10 and HDR Dolby Vision. You know what I mean? It does both HDR formats. Now again, HDR10 is the industry standard, and Samsung and Sony sets only do HDR10. Now comparing the HDR Dolby Vision, which is like just say going to a fancy steak. It is a nice step up from HDR10. HDR Dolby Vision is nice. Now the problem is they don't have a lot of HDR Dolby Vision movies, but shit, the ones that do, I mean, they really, really pop. Now I'm gonna say this right here again. HDR is a big deal. Like I said, it's like going from 1080p to 4K all over again. Now, if it wasn't a big deal, trust me, I wouldn't be buying another television. I'm being honest. Like I like the set behind me. Games look great on it. They play great, very little input lag. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't, if HDR wasn't a big deal, I wouldn't be updating or upgrading my set. Now, for people that like Tim, he was at E3, you know what I mean? And he said, and it's one of the things he came back and said right after he came back from E3 when we were talking to him in a hangout. He was like, man, holy shit, Gear is either Forza. It was Forza. He was like Forza Horizon 3 with HDR on the Xbox One S. Looked at that, it was holding his own against Forza Horizon on a 4K rig. You know what I mean? It was basically saying like it was holding his own. And as far as visuals, HDR brings like, oh my God, brings like the colors to life. You know what I mean? It brings the colors to life. Like they really, really pop. You know what I mean? So again, I'm thinking about getting a I'm thinking about how I change these TV sets here. I'm thinking about getting a let me see, picture quality. Let me see. I'm thinking about getting either a Samsung 9500. Let's compare this. Like a 9500 or 9000. This is here again. This is the Samsung 9500. And again, 8.1 for movies, 8.2 for television shows, 8.8 for video games, 8.1 for HDR. Like I said, again, it's still very comparable to the Vizio. Now, this TV here is probably $1,000 more. You understand what I'm saying? It's about $1,000 more. And that's what, you know what I mean? I've never, like I said, the only reason I would even, I probably would never buy a Vizio or get a Samsung or a Sony. But Dean pulled my heel like, yo, listen, man, that Vizio set, full array, you know what I mean? Real deep, dark blacks, crushing. He said the Vizio, the one, when playing when playing 4K movies on it, it really pops, has very, very low input lag for playing video games. He said it's a nice set, one of the top ones that came out in 2016. We talking about for $1,200. You know what I mean? Like, you can't beat that. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, I'm really thinking about getting it. And another thing about, let me see, can this set here? This is the 9500. I don't know if this is 1080, if it can do 1080p at 120 megahertz. Let me see. I'm going to look at peaks and brightings. Now, I think overall, though, this Samsung 9500 may get a little brighter, but the blacks are, if you know about that, this set here may get a little brighter, but the P series has the richer blacks, has the darker blacks. You know what I mean? I don't know, because the full array backlighting on the back of the set. Now, most of these sets here just have lighting around the bezel, full array, but the Vizio P series, if I'm not mistaken, they have the whole backlighting, like it lights up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm torn between the two, man. I really am. You know what I mean? So I may. I guess I don't know. And I like the little remote that comes with the I may have to bring some. Yes, I like the remote here that comes with it. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Actually, I'm looking at it today. $2,000. But I seen one inside the store for $1,700 with the SmartCast remote. Basically, this set here, I guess why it's so cheap again, it doesn't have a TV tuner. So basically what I'm saying, if you don't have cable, or if you don't have something plugged up to it, again, who the fuck buys, and doesn't have cable or Netflix, you won't be able to see anything on it. It doesn't have a TV tuner. You know what I mean? Also, it has a casting, basically saying what's on your smartphone, your device, or whatever. You're gonna send that signal to the actual TV screen. This actual remote here, and again, is the actual brains of this set here. You know what I mean? I'm holding my phone, but you guys can see what the hell I'm talking about. My bad. But the actual, if you guys look at this little thing here, is the actual brains of this set. You know what I mean? You adjust the settings, the color, everything through this touchscreen remote. And it also comes with a dumbed down remote. But with this remote here, you can do more stuff. Now, I guess the learning curve, this set right here won't be for an older crowd that's not too tech savvy, I guess. But for us, younger people here, or whatever, that into gadgets and games, won't be that big of a deal. But like I said, my uncle has this set right here. He has the 75-inch in his den. Oh my God, this shit blew me away, man. It blew me away. It shits on my on my curve and that I have upstairs, and my Samsung that I have here in the living room. It shits on them. Like, it really it pops. Like, it's this motherfucker's nice. Really, really nice. I'm debating about getting this set or what you call it. Well, I don't know. I don't know, man. But I'm gonna go to the comment section. I gotta hop on my man. Porter Rock show. You know what I mean? Scorpio will not have 4K, even though it has a 4K chip on the goddamn motherboard. All right. So what do you guys think here? Do you guys think that Sony, that Microsoft, do you guys believe the 8K not 8K, goddamn, the 8 teraflop rumor from Microsoft? You know what I mean? Do you guys believe that? You know what I mean? Do you think that's true? You know what I mean? And do you think that Sony would up the specs? Do you think that the PlayStation 4 Neo is going to be more powerful than 4.2 teraflop? There you go, Rich Q. Do you have an OCD or something? You keep talking about this GTX 1080 destroys a console. I should hope fucking so, my man. Like, I don't know what the fuck. You don't even have, and Richard, and I mean this, and not being disrespectful. I know you watch all my shit, but you keep comparing a fucking a computer, I mean a graphics card or whatever to a console, my man. It's a console, bro. If you want to go out there and spend $600 for a graphics card, more power to you. Cool. You still got to get your RAM, you got to get your motherboard. There's a lot of shit you got to go with that. Here it is with the Scorpio. Just say at a minimum of 6 teraflop, you're getting everything included for $600. Just for the, you know what I mean? You get what you pay for, I guess. And also, too, even though you're buying a GTX 1080, your games are not going to be optimized for a GTX 1080. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm just, it's the truth. But I mean, me personally, I'm a console dude. Not knocking those that like to play on PC, but it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Learn what happens when you release. Hey, Porter Rock said Sony already learns when you release a $600 on a console. That was in 2006, Porter. Porter Rock's extremely cheap, too. That was in 2006. It's 2016, my man. It's 2017 when this console comes out. You're talking about something that happened in 2006. I want to get on your show in a minute. We're going to talk about that. We're talking about, you know what I mean? Because we talked about this before back in the past, you know what I mean? I can't click your link, HDVD test. Hold on, let me put it in the thing. You said next gen read this. I can't click your link. Your link is not click. Hey, my man, your link ain't clickable. I don't know why. Ninja Man, your link is not clickable. I don't know if you can put can you send it to me on Twitter? Zaire 2005. I just copied. Let me see. Let's see if the link works. Yeah, as I was saying, Porter Rock, that was in fucking 26. Oh, I got it. Samsung voted as best TV for HDR in the public shootout. Okay. They don't even. Where is this for? Is this from Europe or something? They don't even have the Vizio here. They don't even have the Vizio here, my man. They don't even have the Vizio here. They didn't even compare the Vizio. I see the Sony, Samsung, and Panasonic. This must be over in a UK thing because I don't even think they sell the Vizio in the UK. Let me go side by side. Let me see. Comparison to, let me see. I got it here side by side. Let me see. Vizio P series. Let me update it. All right, here we go. I'm doing side by side right now. Now, for this set, you see what I'm talking about. Now, this is Samsung top of the line set. Samsung KS9500. It receives an 8.3 in ratings. It gets an 8.1 on movies. The Vizio Serial gets an 8.7. This here gets an 8.2 on TV shows. The Vizio gets a 7.3 on TV shows. On sports, it gets an 8.2. On sports, this gets a 7.7. Video games, this gets an 8.8. Okay, this gets an 8.7. HDR, this has the best HDR. It gets an 8.2. PC monitor, again, I'm not using it for a PC monitor. I'm just saying for the pricing. You understand what I'm saying? This set here is probably about, again, it's really not about a money issue for me, but it's just say $2,300, it's $1,000 more than the P series. The 55 is only, hold on, let me go right here. The 55 is only $1,300. And let's go to the Samsung. Hold on. Let's go to the Samsung 55. All right, the Magnolia line. Here we go. Magnolia line. 9,500. Here you go to set right here. This comes to 23. Let's say 23. Let's say $2,500. You understand what I'm saying? Now, me personally, like I said again, money is not really an issue for me. It's cool. I can get in where I fit in, curve, and it's a nice set. I like the way that the actual television looks itself. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about before you start talking about the actual set. I like the way the actual set looks. So I think that's dope shit to me. I like the way the actual set looks. You know what I mean? I will say they have a better looking design than the Vizio. I give them that. Like overall, like that to me, I think it's a better looking television. But like when it comes to technology wise, You know what I mean? And also too, a lot of you guys are looking to buy what a Samsung. They have what's called UHD. You know what I mean? Get the S if you can. Get the SUHD TV from Samsung. You know what I mean? That has that quantum dot technology that they have. You know, it's nice. You know what I mean? Much better. I guess you get what you pay for. But yeah, you know what I mean? I like the set. Again, like I said, I like the set. I will have to probably get like I said, like a 55. I like this set here too, from them too. This one here. This one right here. The the um the 8500 55 inch. I like this one here too. You know what I mean? I like the stand. I like the curve. You know what I mean? I just like curved television. It's nice. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But that Vizio, man, is hard to beat. Let me look at this one right here. This 8500 compared on the site right here. Let's just check it out. Let's check it out. Hey, listen, Puerto Rock, I'm coming, bro. I'm coming. You can start your little show. I'm coming. Let me see the 8500. Let's go down to the 8500. I might get the. I don't know. But anyway, if I do buy one, it's gonna be between the P series and the Samsung KS 8500. Now you see the KS. I'm saying about how they get us, man. The KS 8500 is you know what I mean. Look at the comparing the two. You know what I mean. They're virtually identical. The 9500 and the 8500 spec wise, they're like identical. And this set here again is about $1,000 cheaper. You know what I mean? So if I do buy one, my man, somebody just sent me. Yeah, Sony does have a new set. They have the Z was supposed to shit Sony LG. You know what I mean? I just here's my man. The only reason why I won't buy that set, my man, someone just sent me something. It was I don't know if it was on Twitter or what. The only reason why I won't buy that Sony set is because I bought the a Ninja, my man. I bought Sony's top of the end set. Yes, baby. Huh? You done? All right. Flush the toilet. Here, flush the toilet. Here I come. I'm sorry. Damn dirty this. But let me see again. I bought Sony's high-end set in 2014? That Bravia was a was it 855 or 8? What do you call that shit? They high-end set. If you go to my Instagram, Zaire 2005. I bought their I got pictures of it there. I bought their high-end set. I bought both models. The one with the fucking speakers in the bezels. I bought that one and the high-end Bravia. That shit cost me $9,000, right? And then for had that same set be down there half the price by the end of the year, like that's the reason why I left a bad taste in my mouth. Like I spend, I mean, you know, I will never do that again. You know what I mean? I'm not one to ever. I'm not cheap. I'm not one to squeeze the quarter to the equal screens. I'm not cheap. But I know how they fucking gouges with these prices, man. Like this fucking ridiculous. Now I'm just showing you here right now a side by side comparison of the 8500 and just, you know what I mean, spec wise is damn the same as the motherfucking 95 series. I'm just keeping it funky. And this 85 set, here I come right now, baby girl, is you know, it's $500, $600, $700 cheaper. You know what I mean? This is the set right here. You know? But I'm either gonna get this set right here or the Vizio P series, man. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say you guys one thing before I go. Hold on, I gotta help my daughter. She's in the bathroom. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Sorry. Here I come, baby. What's the color? anyway, this is what I'm going to buy. Either I'm going to get this set right here, or I'm going to get the Vizio, you know, the P series. I don't know. The reason why I will buy the P series is because it has both HDRs, HDR10, and HDR Dolby Vision. And the reason why I will buy the Samsung is because of the design. I like this set here. I like the way it looks. Actually, my oldest daughter, she has this set in her living room. You know what I mean? So, so again, I like this set right here. You know what I mean? She got, got her own little apartment. This was a housewarming gift that I got for her, the set here. And I like the way it actually looks. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But like I said, you guys keep hearing me talking about that P series. It's not because I'm cheap. I'm telling you, it's a really good television. I just have like Vizio's, cheap. Now, I'm not talking about the M series. The P stands for high performance. You know what I mean? It's cool. I'm not saying, again, some people don't care about all the specs and the bells and the whistles. Some people, it is what it is. It looks good to them, and that's all that counts. You get it what you fit in. Like somebody sent me a picture yesterday. Just got them a 55 inch Vizio 4K HDR M-Series. You know what I mean? Of course, it doesn't have all the bells or the whistles of the P series, but you don't know what they're upgrading from. It's probably going, it's going to blow his mind. That's what I mean. That's what all that matters. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the type of dude to think I'm better than anybody. You know what I mean? Like some of these motherfuckers be tripping, but you know what I mean? It's cool. You get in where you fit in. But this is either the set I'm going to buy here or the Vizio. Like I said, if I get the Vizio, it'd be because of the HDR Dolby Vision and the HDR10. And if I do decide to go with this, it will be because of the design. Like I said, I need to get a movie. If there are going to be more studios that support HDR Dolby Vision, you know what I mean, more movies on the right, then I will get the HDR. Then I would get the Vizio. But you know what I mean, if there's not, studios are not making that big deal, that big, because again, if there is a difference between HDR Dolby Vision and HDR Dolby 10, HDR Dolby Vision looks much, much better. Much better picture, you know what I mean? And me, like I'm telling you, I'm not one that's so, like one of those jokes that be on the AV form and to my it's called off-center viewing and glare. Like, it should look good to me. I'm right here too, like, you know what I mean? I'm not one that's that anal about stuff like that, you know what I mean? But like I said, my uncle has that P series. He has the 75 inch in his den, and it was Mad Max. Now, Mad Max to me wasn't that good of a movie. Let me go to Vizio's site. You know what I mean? The Mad Max wasn't that good of a movie to me, period. But you know what I mean? But like I said, he bought a couple of movies. Like I said, they got Vizio got them on his site here. Let me see. TVs, displays, P series. Yeah, see Mad Max. This is it right here. The set with the remote. This is the casting remote. They had a list of the movies, man. 4K watch HDR and 4K Ultra HD. That's the remote. Now this bezel is not that thin, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's because the full back, lighting, the full array in the back. But that doesn't bother me again. But it's a very good set, man. And if I do, I don't have enough room, I don't think, for the 65. I don't have that much wall, you know what I mean? I don't think so, you know what I mean? I would have to move it over. I don't know. We'll see. I may do a video about, you know what I mean? Do a video about it. You know what I mean? But this is the M series. The M series, they have not the E series, but the M series. They also have HDR. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have full array. You know what I mean? It doesn't have full array. This is the 80 inch. You don't need no 80 inch. Let me see. This is a 70 inch, 65. The 65 is 1300. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead before we go. Let's go ahead for the tech side by side comparison. Let's see how the M series ranks. Vizio M series. Let's see how it ranks. Let's go. All right. Well, so it gets to 7.8, 8.2 in movies, 7.1 in TV shows, 7.6 in sports, 8.6 in video games. Again, video games. That motherfucker right up under the Jesus. Vizio makes a good goddamn television, man. My man, like I said, Dean put me on it. Then I was talking to a couple of guys within bank in my Facebook group, and they all singing the praises, you know what I mean, of Vizio sets. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it gets this set right here gets a 7.4 in the HDR. Or to the screen. Oh, he said the screen is messed up. You can't see it. All right, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me go back to the hold on. I don't know what the hell happened. Let me go back. I'm sorry about that. Let me show you one time. I'm gonna tell you if I get the hell out of here. Stop. Let me go review screen again. Chat, screen share. Entire screen. What's that? Google Hang is it an entire screen or is it Google Hangouts? Let me know how this one looks. No, I don't want that one. Let me see this one. Google Hangouts. All right. Share. Present to everyone. Let me go to the actual. Bring it up. Can you? Hey, Porter Rock. Let me know if y'all can see it now. You guys see my screen? Is it still? Can someone tell me? Porter Rock, how he is? Send me another message. Can you guys see it? No, you guys can't see me. Oh, I see what you guys are seeing. Oh, Jesus. Wait, hold on. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me go back to the Let me go back. I don't know what the hell happened. No. It's still messed. I'll see. Stop screen sharing. Stop presenting. Hold on, man. What about now? I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I can't get it. But anyway, fuck it. But just take my word for it. You know, ain't no lie. I'll leave the link down below. You said, yeah, no, I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I can't. Let me see. Let me bring it up. Yeah, I see. I don't know what the hell, man. I don't know, man. Let me see my Simon Yaki-san. Screen share. I don't know, man. Shit, I don't know what the fuck, man. Stop presenting. Stop screen sharing. I don't know. Shit, let me see. Yeah, I don't know, man. But anyway, man. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. Fuck, get the hell out of here. The M-Series gets a 7.8 on the site here. You know what? Let me compare it before I go. Let me compare it to the let me compare it to the LG. This is the LG. This is LG. This is the LG. I don't know. But anyway, man, let me get the hell up out of here, man. I gotta do a show with my man, Porter Rock, man. I'm gonna leave you guys a link, man. But you know, at the end of the day, so the rumor is Microsoft was up, you know, upping the Scorpio to 8 teraflops. I don't think so. I don't know. I guess we'll see. You know what I mean? What do you want? Is dead? Okay. So I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. Not go sit down. You know, we'll see. You know what I mean? My thing is, I guess it will be pricing. You know what I mean? But I will say this: I expect the Scorpio to be more powerful than 6 teraflops. Again, 6 is just for the GPU process. You know, that's not including the CPU and stuff. So, you know what I mean? Now I don't. Now, I mean, I would say maybe 6.4, 6.5. You know what I mean? My guess. Well, but like I said, we do. But even if Sony were to update specs and they're saying this, whatever, you got to realize this too. You know what I mean? A lot of people not taking into consideration that Microsoft is using Zen and Vega. You know what I mean? And Sony is still staying with the same Jaguar CPU. You know what I mean? So again, and the Zen and the Vega, from what I'm hearing, is made for 4K gaming, affordable 4K gaming. So again, because you listen to what Phil Spencer said, they said they could have did what Sony did and went for the upgrade, but to have a true leap forward as far as technology, those chips and stuff wasn't going to be available until next year. And Microsoft, like I said, is using Zen Vega. And I forgot the other one they may be using. But that stuff is not coming out. Those chips are not going to be ready for 2017. And again, that is made for, like I said, 4K gaming. That's what people are saying. Well, I'm struggling doing 4K on this certain rig. I mean, this certain graphics card or whatever. You guys got to understand again. Whatever the say of your graphics card is, I don't know. You got a GTX 10, just say a 1070 or whatever, or 980 Ti or whatever. I don't know the teraflops on a 980 Ti. You got to realize that that's not any closed environment. You know what I mean? A console doesn't have the same systems, resource hogs and such as a PC. You know what I mean? Just by you guys watching my live stream right now, you hit Control Alt Delete. You just look at your CPU usage, and you're just watching me on this talk shit on the computer. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas on a console, developers can target those same specs time at what I mean. And it's like I said again, it's in a closed environment. If you were to take the same exact specs that are in the Scorpio and match it up to the same exact specs, as far as T-flops that's in the side of the computer or rig, the Scorpio would trounce it every time. You know what I mean? That's not a rumor. That's just fact. You know what I mean? So it's not the same thing as, and it's not me damage controlling, you know what I mean? But, it is what it is. I just look at this. Microsoft made it a point to say 4K gaming. Now, will they get 4K in every game? No. But what's most important, again, we're just talking about the Scorpio compared to the Neo. And the Scorpio is going to outperform the Neo. That's what's more important. People are starting missing the big picture here. Well, it's not going to do 4K. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You're not even getting 1080p 60, and you fucking complaining about 4K 60? Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, stop it with the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, this is just being honest. Like, you're not even getting 1080p 60, and you fucking fussing about, something being 4K 30? Get out of here. But this is your boy, Next Gen 720. I'm out of here. Hey, Porter Rock, I'm about to join you right now, good brother. Thank you guys for rocking out with me, man. It's been a pleasure. You know what I mean? And we out here. Bang, bang.